History interview with Joseph DiPalma by B. Solis, conducted on April 13th at Mr. DiPalma's house in Nonantum. And this interview is part of the Newton Public Library's program on the history of Newton people. Okay. You came here because you said you had a brother, your brother was over here, and that's how you found out about it?
Well, that was the reason those days if people emigrate, they find a better place to live in. And that was the reason I came over here and I remained here.
Are you glad you came? You glad you came?
Oh, yes. If I wasn't, I would have went back again.
Did many people go back?
No.
No. How did you come?
Well, I said I came over here a stowaway.
A stowaway?
Yeah.
How did you explain? I don't know exactly how.
You don't know, I paid somebody when they did disembark me over here, but outside on the ship.
Did a lot of people come that way? Did you come
Oh,
alone?
those days where a lot of people come off and on, and nobody knows the other one. And that sometime we met over here and we started talking to each other, how he came. The immigration was closed then. So a lot of people used to.
Were you married when you came?
Oh, no, yeah. I was 18, 19 when I came over here.
So, did you know your wife before you came?
No.
It just happened that you were both from the same place?
She came over here after me, but she was brought over here through her father and mother. I met over here.
When you first got here, did you find work right away?
Off and on, yes.
What kind of jobs did you have at first?
I worked as construction, I helped at the beginning. And then,
In Nonantum? You came right to Nonantum?
Yeah. Right.
Construction work? What kind of work?
Well, house work and sidewalks and garage and all types.
How did you end up in landscaping? Did you learn landscaping while you were in Italy, or you just came over here and picked it up?
I picked it up over here. Because I had a friend of mine, he used to be an old landscaping, and I ended up working with him. I got a little experience, and then later on I find out the landscaping was pretty good work to make a living on, and I stuck to it.
Did the Depression change your...
Depression, I got hit by unemployment at that time, about a year and a half. And when I started up to work again, that's when I went gardening.
What was the Depression like for you?
What year? Well, it started around 1928, but some person got hit right at the beginning. I got hit 1931. I got let off at the end of 30. No, the end of 31. And I looked for most of the time until 1934. 33. Middle 33, I started work again almost full time.
So what kind of jobs did you do when you were off work?
Well, I went back on construction again. Till I find this garden with a private family, and I got to work there, and then the people died, and I had the experience as a gardener. I went on gardening on my own from then on.
And then 34, things got better for you with the Depression?
Oh yeah, from then on, right, things started to pick up again. And then on the 40, or close to 40, when they started trouble in Europe. And then they got busy around here, getting ready over here, because they know sure they were going to go to war. And that's how things started to pick up from then on. And then I got to be more expert in a lot of the jobs. I got to know a lot of the people where we used to take each other from one job doing out and help each other out. I had low for a sense, and except when I take vacation, I used to take a vacation. I used had another job to do while I was on vacation. I keep going like that.
During the Depression, were you already married and
I
did
got
you have
married
children?
in 31. Right after
Right
that,
step.
I got laid off. That's right. That was a big experience. But
Did your wife work at all?
Well, she worked lately 8-9 years. At that time, it was not enough work for men. The women couldn't get any work either. But then the children come, and she had to stay home. She couldn't go to a job and go to work.
Did you live here in this house all the
Well, I
time?
moved over here in 1941. I bought this house. Then I lived a couple more places, 5-6 years after I was married in a different place. I bought this 1941. I'm still here.
When the war came and then you switched to working at the B.F. Goodrich
And
plant?
then I got notified by the draft board to take an essential job, but I'll be classified to 1A. 1A meant it could be called in the service at any time.
Oh.
So that I had 2 children, and I didn't want to go to the service unless I was forced to. So I just wanted to do some work for the government instead of go in the service. And I wanted to work in a factory, and then the factory we started to get low benefit, talk about pension benefit, hospitalization benefit, and so on. So I ended up staying over there 26, 27 years.
At the factory?
Yeah.
Did a lot of people go to the factory as a result of the war and then stayed there?
Well, yeah, but that didn't help everybody. If they were young, or they had no family, they still draft them whatever they were at that time, unless it was really an essential job would not be replaced. But a factory work could be replaced by anyone.
How old were your children during the war?
My girl was born in 33. The old boy was born in 36. So they were 5, 6
So there was
years
no
old, so.
no chance of them. I was wondering if they were old enough, if any of them.
No. The old boy went in the service on his own after he graduated from college. They were not old enough to go into the service.
Did you think we would end up going to war right away? What did you think? When the trouble first started happening in Europe, did you think we would end up in war?
Well, I didn't know any more than the man in the moon that did, but you had people talking in papers and so on.
What kind of things were people saying?
What kind of what?
Like, you said you heard people talk.
We're talking about the war situation. Germany invaded Poland and so on. And then end up the United States won the war. The United States won the war in 1941, I guess, so they declared the war.
How soon after that did you work at the factory? Like, when did they?
Oh, I worked right along then. I don't live no more. Things began to get better for me. Or I was young then, I was holding 2-3 jobs. I tried to make ends meet, and I had to try to work up something to send my boys to college. I sent 2 boys to college. I couldn't send them just to a little factory work or even gardening work I couldn't afford it. But then I tried to manage both the Westwood weekends as a garden and nights, and I did think of it. The time was worse than I was getting to be almost like that as it was around 4 people or working people have no chance to go to college. My old son graduated from BC. Mom graduated from Northeast.
Did the factory change much after the war? Work
We
there?
improved those benefits.
Benefits? Did you, was it part of a union? Was there-
Yeah, it was part of the union.
Were you active in the union?
Oh yes, up to the last minute, especially if you were a new employee, if you didn't join the union after 30 days, you were hired. You couldn't stay there no longer.
Yeah. And the union gave you a lot of benefits?
Well, not that much, but we got enough for some live. I still retired, I got a little pension, I got a hospital benefit, what Medicare doesn't cover. You have Goodrich covers, and that $2,500 of that benefit. So that's, you don't get that too many places.
What kind of things did you do at the factory?
Well, I get practically anything. I work in the packing department, I work in the making department. I ended up as a janitor at the end, last 2-3 years when I retired. Janitor work.
Factory, how long ago did you retire from the factory?
1969, the place closed then.
Oh.
We moved out south.
Where, was it right here in Nonantum before?
Maybe on Watertown, you know what the Arsenal is. You ever went through there where the Watertown shopping mall is?
Yeah.
That was one of the buildings. Or it used to be one of the buildings then, and they leveled it all off.
And you just retired when the factory moved. What did the other people do?
Well, some they got paid up. Depends on the service they had. In our old days, some they got so much, what do you call it, so much paid for the service they rent, and then they went out on their own. Some they were young enough to retrain for another job, but they helped them out to get the retrained. They give them a part of the pay they lost to be retrained. And that's what the life has been.
Have you done anything since you retired? Or do you do any more gardening on and off? Or?
No, and then I started getting poor health, and I haven't done anything since.
You said you moved here in 1941 to this house? Where did you used to live? And by that time you had your 3 children and...
I had the last one was born up with.
What kind of things did you do with your family, when you weren't working? What kind of things did people do, for fun?
At the time we hadn't much fun then. Fun was out of the question.
Did you belong to any clubs or anything besides the union?
We had this non-profit organization just to help the people out when they got sick and so on.
What was the name of that group?
Yes, it's a society. It was all people came from this same part of Italy, us. We just closed it the last part of the year. We were all senior citizens. Nobody was able to take care of books and so on. So we had.
When did that club start?
1931.
And it just lasted till last year. And what kinds of things did you do? What did you say?
Just we got together once a month. Just pay dues and have a little refreshment down there and talk about each other, business, and so on.
Are there a lot of people in Nonantum from this part of Italy?
Quite a few.
Are most of the people from the same area in Italy or from all over?
From all over.
And so Your daughter was born here? Up here?
Nonantum.
She didn't go to college? You said you sent
No.
your sons to college? No. Okay. They're talking about the spaceship.
What's this, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
all these personal questions, that's not interest in the city business or the city situation.
No, that's what they want to know, the personal, they don't, they want to know how the people lived.
How the people
That's how it is. I'm sorry I didn't explain that
No,
earlier.
no, I meant to ask you at the beginning, but
We don't
then...
leave it too good.
Huh?
With the brush, not too good.
But the program is they want to find out how the people live. They don't want to
Live.
know not how.
Oh, those days would put it off. When I first came over here, I told my brother if I get money not together, go back to Italy again.
You would?
But this was not better than we left over there.
Did a lot of people go back?
No. Well, at that time, there were a lot of single people over here with their left the family over there, and they used to go back and forth every 3-4 years. Finally, at the end, the most will end up bringing the family over here, where they were not able to go back there anymore. But after a few years, then I got to know the language a little bit, and I began to work to see the things different. And then I didn't go back over there and see my parents anymore till after 24 years.
Did any of the rest of your family come over? Like your brother was here and then you came. Did anybody follow you?
Not the family, because I only had one brother there. He wasn't able to come. He had to stay with my father. They had a farm and something like that. But together, he never thought of coming. If he did, perhaps we would have got him over here, but he never did it.
What was Nonantum like when you got here? The city.
Well, it was very poor condition. Every house was in very poor condition then. You had electrical cars in the place where the bus. And now they used to have electric cars. In those days, those electric cars, they used to travel from here in the corner. They had a different line. One line used to go with the Marriott Hotel is now. There used to be a park to them. And these cars used to go over there. There used to be open. People landed on the side, sitting way over the cars. And it sort of, in a way, it was some fun in those days too. That's the best they could do. The people used to get the picnic basket and go over there. They had a bench and tables. And during the summer, we used to get together, hire a bus, and go someplace out in the country. And we used to have a good time then. That was the only way we used to have a good time then. If we want to take the kids to the beach, and during my vacation, we used to take the boat south end there down the Atlantic Avenue. We used to go to Nandesca a couple of times during the summer. But I had a brother down in Middleborough. We used to take a train and go down there a couple of times a year. And that's what the time we used to have then, because we didn't have much time, even if we wanted to have time. But the life was pretty hard to put through then. We made it $20 a week to them. We couldn't spend much for good time. We made ends meet. We were lucky. We had a little ice box in our house. Put a piece of ice for the weekend when you had a piece of meat or milk.
You had the kind of icebox with ice?
Right,
When
right.
did you get the other kind? When did things like that
Well, I
come?
think the first refrigerator I bought it 1941.
When you got the house?
Yeah. That's my second one. I still got the first refrigerator I bought on the south. It's still going. No, never had no trouble.
Yeah. Is this house, did you get a lot of, like, most of your new things when you got this house? Like, the new refrigerator, things like that?
Yes. When I bought it, the only thing that had the outside shell, I put in 2 new boils, and then new floors, I remodeled inside, prepped the, put 3, 4 bathrooms between the whole house, this 2-family house.
When did your wife work?
I just started work a little bit till around 1940, 50. Off and on. Then the past, she retired 2 years ago. The past 8, 9 years she worked steady.
Do most of the women work in Nonantum, or most, I know?
This past few years they do. Before they never did. They never see a woman work.
Did your daughter work at all? Does she work now?
Oh yeah, she works. She still works now. Look, she got company at the door. Very you. Oh yeah, she worked. She worked with the State Department of Secretary of Foreign Service. So she's good. Department there. She's Secretary since right now. She's working up at Regis College. You know what that is? At those days, girls or boys with high school graduate, they were able to get a pretty decent job then. It isn't like today. Today, if you haven't got at least 2, 3 years of college, you end up on the street, or you end up with some factory or the grocery store.
And did your sons want to go to college, or did you wanted them to go?
I had a rough time myself, so when the time came, I asked him, I said, if you think he's going to go to college, I'll help you out. He said, I can't study for you, but I'll manage to pay the tuition. Which he was boys a little hard. The first year was always ready to quit. Right. I told him, I said, you don't have to quit if you don't want to, so I'll manage financially. Because at the time I didn't start paying tax or file of a tax in 1942. Before I never made over $1,000 a year. So he made it then, he went right through and he made it. You know, after that he was glad he got into the radio, and soon he came back from the service. He got through college, he went in the service for 2 years. Because at that time, if you were not clear with the government, it's hard to get a job. Back he started with radio, and still then I was got seniority and as well as up to top. And yeah, the boys too. Yeah, the boys went to Northeast and he studied the hardest than the other one. He took civil engineering. He's employed with the city of Newton as a building inspector. He got a better job and getting better living than I did. And that was the reason I tried to push him to college. I didn't want to see him go out and work, picking shovel or mowing lawns to make the living.
Except for that one club that you told me about, that was the only organization?
Well, I belong to another one, the Sons of Italy, they call it. The Order Sons of Italy in America. I belonged there for a while with them. I got so I don't like the administration anymore.
When did you join that?
I joined in the late 30s. I must have got out of it somewhere on 50s.
What kind of things did that
Well, that was same thing, just to get people getting together
Together.
and talking different things, and just friendly get together. That's all. I think what that still exists yet. They're strong all over the United States and Canada. They're a big organization like on the Yaps or the Mules. They're all over the town.
Did most of the people belong to that?
Yeah, a lot of them still. You must have over 300-400 members on that section.
You quit because you didn't like the people, or how did you?
Well, that's just like any administrations. Sometimes you get few together and either you like or dislike them. If you dislike them, you can't get along, you get out. So
How was it run? By the who was the administration? Did you elect officers or?
it was just among ourselves. Used to have an election every year, every end of the year, and sometimes he used to go according to who you know, not strong you know them, because they were all willing, because when they have office, they have a lot to do with the Grand Lodge. And a lot of people want to get up there just for the politics. But it's nothing serious, nothing complicated about it.
Wait, did you get involved with politics at all? The politics of Newton? Did
No.
that interest you?
No, I was interested once. I used to be one of the trustees. But I didn't have too much time, when you don't get into those clubs. You gotta have a lot of time. Sometimes they have a meeting 2-3 times a month, especially for some reason or another. If you can't give your time when they require you, you better stay out, because otherwise you get fouled up or you get the book handled by somebody else. When it comes back to you, it's all something different.
You were a trustee of what?
Of the fund we have every 3 months, all those clubs, the society, are taken care of by the state insurance department. They come up and check your book once a year. You got to check the income, the outgoing, what you did with the money, what you spent, and so on. If they find that you did something with that money, you'll be penalized or they can close you. Because when you take a charge, these clubs, you tell them what the dues is for, what you're going to use the money for. Because both society, the one we just closed last year, the one that still exists, is supposed to be a benefit to the members, whatever you collect monthly dues, $1 a month, or 2 or 3, whatever you pay, is supposed to be spent for the benefit of the members themselves. If they see you give out any charity or something like that, to say then they'll step right in and stop you.
How many people belong to your clubs, like the Sons of Italy and the other group?
The Sons of Italy, I should say roughly, they must have at least a membership of about 200-300 right now.
Right here in this
Yeah, right in Nonantum, because then you have, it goes by town and city. You have one branch over here, there one in Watertown, one almost in different city and town.
And the other group?
No, at the others, we started with about 100, and we end up about 34 when we broke it up. Because that was made out in group of people. We all came from the same city. But the sense of Italy is wrong. You're Italian descendant. Anybody can do it.
I want to get back to before when you were telling me about the electric cars and the park and all that. How else has the city changed from when you first got here?
Well, it changed. The place itself hasn't changed that much, except that every time they change a section, they build a little building or a bank, and then they came with the tin pipe, and they broke up a lot of houses, a lot of business centers to go through the road. That's what the only change. It hasn't been on a place.
The thing is on. Where are you sitting?
Yeah. They're going to give you a copy of that to all the library around here.
Did most of the people work? I read some things, and they said there were a lot of textile mills around here. You never worked in...
Textile mills were pretty well dead from right after World War I, and I don't think there has been another one around here since.
No.
The last one that closed up Captain Park, they used to call the security mill. That was the last one evaporated since I remember around here.
Tell your life. Don't be up there. How did you come to this country?
Well, I told I came over here.
Oh, you didn't tell everything.
Well, what's the difference? Everything. How would they treat me in the trip, so on.
What you can tell everything.
Oh yeah, I can tell it. I had to tell the law when before the war broke out. All the alien is supposed to register themselves to know if they were legal or illegal. So I didn't know what to do at that time. I said, geez, if they catch me, they're going to deport me. What they going to do? So I had to go to a lawyer.
And what did they do?
And the lawyer said, well, he said, they can't do nothing to you. He said, you've been over here 20 years and you have 2 children. He said, you have a good record. He can't do nothing to you. I said, but we're going to register you as an alien. He said, you got to register. That time they started Social Security too. You had to get a number. Well, I registered myself. They gave me an hearing. The immigration is question with this fellow. I said, no, I said, tell him to go home and take care of his family. He's going to hear from us. But they didn't tell me. So, about a month later, I got a letter. Told me if I wanted to straighten out the immigration, I had to go to Montreal, 7 days. So your papers are over there. Got to go over there and get an American visa, and you make an entry legal. So I had to go to Montreal, come back over here, make my entry legal. Then a year later, I got my citizenship paper. When you're young, you do anything. Now, if I had to go through there, whatever, and then I say, I go nuts. If I see a young fellow do something like that, I say, you must be crazy. But then I did it myself.
And you would do it again?
Not right now.
But if you were young again?
If I were young, I would have. You don't care for nothing. And as long as you want to do something that's in your mind, that's it. I even told my children many times, I said, listen, as long as you watch your step, you can go along with the car and you go in the wrong road. You think you're going to abbreviate the street. But if you see you're going from worst to worst, you got to turn back and get the right road again. That's the same thing with us. You can find boys or girls, you think they're a good friend, before you know they're going to drag you out to something bad. But if you understand that, say, listen, this is not what I want. Turn back to get in the right road again. Because especially when you're alone without anybody's supervision, we all bound to make mistakes. I don't care how careful we are, how smart we are when we're young. But your mind, it ceases to, how to put it, ceases to be dragged by someone else, try to drag a person along. Because they don't have maybe one bad boy or one bad girl can drag another dozen of them along. But if you understand the right and wrong, you get right back where you belong, and that's the way I found out of myself. And see, end up now 75 years old. I think personally I did better with someone American born or educated American. See, the only thing I have to see for a person who wants to lead a good life is the walk, mistakenly. You're an educated girl. If you think I'm not right, you tell me.
No, I don't disagree.
My daughter was answering those questions there because I can answer myself. They have a trouble riding right now. I was sick quite a while. I got this shaky. I promised you, what should I put for education? Well, I say, I can't tell you. Maybe I tell you I'm a college graduate, I'm lying to you. I say, you judge me for what education I have. I say, shall I put a third grade or sixth? What did she put on there?
She put 6th grade.
Well, I said, roughly, maybe I can compete with a nice school girl or boy by talking or by adding with the math. I'm pretty good with math, yeah. But then if I have to write or spell something perfect, I don't think I could ever do it. But I took care of my own business all the time. The spelling, I'm very poor spelling, but never attended no school. I went to night school at that time for 2-3 years.
Over here, you went?
No. And that's all the education I have, because then whatever more I picked up on my own by reading the papers or by reading the books. And so on. Education.
Did you know any English before you got over here? You just picked it up all over here?
Picked it up.
How did you do that? How did you go about picking up the English?
Well, first, I think comes automatically when you start to pick up the bad words first. Because you hear one bad word, I notice on the children, you make them believe you don't hear them, maybe they forget, but if you scold or spank it, they put a soap on your mouth, and next time they're going over and do it all over again. Those are the first thing you'll learn. And then if you're interested, you got to go along and either cheat a little bit or copy on something or see the paper. You ask a question, because I always do question or advice from people who know more than me.
Did your brother speak English by the time you got here?
Well, a little bit. He was only over here 3-4 years before me. So he had to begin to pick up things to get along in this. Because then I should go along and pick up words here and there and writing.
Did you stay with him when you first got here?
While we were single, we stayed together. Then I got married here, and he got married in Middleborough. He was working there, and he got married there, and he came here. That's where he died now last year. He died in Middleborough.
Did you get together a lot? Like, how were your families close during, the war years and even after that?
I did without correspond with them for a long time.
You did or did not?
Huh?
You did correspond or didn't?
No, he can't.
No?
The mail won't go through.
Oh.
And I went through the Red Cross once and asked if I could put some milk through for me. I had my mother was pretty old, and I was trying to get in touch with her. But it was impossible. I think I had from about 2 years or better.
How about your brother that was here? Did you see him a lot?
We visited him back and forth. But he came over here, visited me, or went down and visited him. Oh yeah, we still, even with the kids, we still approach. He's got a son. He's a commander in the Navy Air Force. Matter of fact, after Easter, he's leaving for now 3 years assignment to go to Hawaii.
Have you ever been outside of Massachusetts, here in the United States?
Once. I went out to Connecticut for 2-3 months. That was it.
And then you went to Canada to go...
Well, that was overnight just to get those papers straightened out. No, I never... Newton for me, just like the city in Italy was born and brought up. I was there, and then if I go now, after I did that a couple of weeks, I want to come back again. I don't know, it's the same thing. If I go out of Newton, we go vacation sometime, we go to Florida. I don't like it. I went over there once for 10 days, and never want to go again.
Yeah.
Maybe in the wintertime, we went once in October. It was warm as the sun of a gun. I said, what the hell is this? Midnight and night. You go near the ocean, you get those hot breeze, and you think it was fire on the other side. And I didn't want to go no more.
You like the cold? You like the cold weather?
But now,
Want a cup
now,
of coffee?
No, thank you.
Oh, why?
Okay.
You don't drink it?
Sometimes.
You use the sugar, I don't put no sugar.
Sugar, too.
you get be penalized. They offer you coffee on the table over here. They'll be in the racket.
Oh, did she hear me?
Oh yeah, that's open.
Oh, yeah?
You better not say anything bad.
More?
That's fine.
You like?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
want some?
No.
thank you.
Yeah, have a piece of cake. It's homemade.
You want some?
I just had a big lunch. I don't eat no more. My bad time tonight.
Pretty cups. Okay, let me see. I had a few more questions.
We push the books away so we don't mess them up.
Oh, it's okay. As long as I don't get these two papers wet, that's all right. I think we've talked about most everything I wanted to ask you. You came because you wanted to find better things
Oh,
here.
yes, that was my first thing in my mind, even so. I didn't realize it, but when you're young, if you have a good mind, you always look at somebody better than you. You used to see some of those old timers come back from the United States. Maybe they used to go to 5 and 10 and buy one of those watch and chain, perhaps the watch didn't even work, the chain cross, and I dressed up. So, gee, someday I'm going to go to the United States myself to do the same thing. And you always better yourself like anybody else does. If you use your mind, you never want to go on the street and be one of those street bums. You always want to do better than somebody better than you.
You, from what you told me, it sounds like you made it through depression fine and got over it and
Well,
everything.
you ought to have a good sense of humor, because when you don't bring nothing home, if you haven't got enough resources to eat or sleep, well, you're going to suffer. But I managed to have something to eat all the time. And that much, the waste or the splash, but I managed.
Did most people manage as well as you did, do
Well,
you think?
Not all. In some cases, some were on welfare, and some had somebody to help them out. We had nobody. We didn't go to welfare either because the town couldn't even go to welfare. I wasn't registered nowhere. They won't help me. If I want to know that, maybe they arrest me. Kind of tough.
Was it as bad during the Depression? Was it still better than what it was in Italy, or was Italy better than? Do you think?
Well, I say some of the commodities, some of the things was still bad. But in Italy I didn't suffer that much because I was still under the supervision of my parents. I had nothing to worry. Maybe I didn't get that much, but when it was time to eat, there was always something on the table without to know how or when. But then when I was over here, when I was young or married, if I didn't bring something home myself, there wouldn't be nothing there. That's when the pressure begins to come. In Italy, I left it because I know I thought I'd find a better place to live, which I did, but it wasn't that bad. Still, if I stayed there till my father died, still perhaps I would have worked around the farm, doing odds and ends, still would have got myself enough to eat. But those days you couldn't even go out and get a day's work if you want outside in the country place, because you won't find it. What you ought to do, just walk around your farm at the end of the year. If you produce something, you're pretty well off. The season was bad, and you had to struggle with it too, worse than over here.
Okay, I think I want to check this out. Oh, do you know of any other people that would be willing to talk to the library or anything? Like I've talked to you? Can you?
Well, maybe you can.
Yeah.
He's no time, and he's pretty well in his mind. I haven't seen him in about 6 months. He was supposed to go to Florida. I don't know if he went or not. But if he's home, I'll give you his name and address.
Okay, and then I'll give it to the library. They're the one that's contacted.
He's no time. He's